Welcome back to Teshkid Effects for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.9381 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 0.44%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Polygon Matic from the all-time high had been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, which took us back to around the $0.32 mark, and after making that low, I believe it has done the minimum that we expected it to do in its ABC corrective movement. And after making that low, we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side, which has been obeying the Elliot wave structures, where I believe we are going to continue obeying this Elliot wave structure, having our wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high in the next bull market. But before we get to an all-time high, we first need to see that first wave to the upper side, which we have completed here on the charts. And right now we are seeing a bit of a retracement to the lower side in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 2. And if I jump to the 4-hour chart for further analysis, here on the 4-hour chart you can see I have this Elliot wave structure in yellow, which is a fractal wave within that first wave to the upper side, where once we saw the formation of that fifth wave to the upper side, that is what completed that first wave to the upper side in the formation of that Elliot wave structure. And getting a little bit into the details of this Elliot wave structure so that I can also give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out. After making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in the high of that wave 1, then retesting the formation of a wave 2, continued pushing higher in the formation of a wave 3, making a peak at around the $1.05 mark, then saw a very nice retracement over here in the formation of a wave 4, and I had a minimum retracement area in the formation of this fourth wave between the $0.81 mark and the $0.66 mark, and that was basing it on the Fibonacci's. We retraced into that target area, making our low at around the $0.69 mark, which perfectly lies within this target area. And after making that low, I expected a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of this wave 5, which is an impulsive wave, and because of that I also expected to see fractal waves in formation within that fifth wave to the upper side. And we have that impulsive movement represented over here within by this fractal wave that I have over here in blue, where once we saw the formation of that fifth wave, completed the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 5 and also a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And after seeing the high for that first wave to the upper side, I'm expecting a very nice retracement over here in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 2. And if I zoom in a little bit over here so that we can get to see whether this first wave to the upper side has done the minimum that we expect a first wave to the upper side to do, we can use the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of that first wave to the high of that first wave, then dragging the fibs to the high of that wave 3, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 1 at the fib level 0.618, and that perfectly lies at the $1.2448 mark, and we made our high at around the $1.3 mark, meaning we have fully maximized that target area to the upper side in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 1. And to give you a minimum retracement area in the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 2, we can use the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of that first wave down there to the high of that first wave at around the $1.3 mark, and that gives me a minimum retracement area in the formation of this high Elliot wave count 2 between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, which perfectly lies between the $0.81 mark and the $0.69 mark. And removing the Fibonacci's so that we can see this better, if I zoom out you can see that we came down into the area at around the $0.81 mark, which is within the target area, and that was after seeing a breakout out of this chart pattern that is right here, which is a double top, which is a chart pattern that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of the breakout as the height between the tops and the neckline, and that was giving me a minimum target area back to around the $0.95 mark. We came down into that target area, lost the key area of support at around the $0.95 mark, and made our low at around the $0.77 mark. And that was slightly below the key area of support at around the $0.78 mark. Then after that we found support at around the $0.78 mark, and so a very nice bounce to the upper side over here, making another peak at around the $1.17 mark. And in that movement, because a second wave is a corrective wave, I also expect to see an ABC corrective structure play out over here, and I believe we are seeing such a structure right here, having this as the wave A, then this is the wave B, then I'm expecting a wave C to fully maximize this target area in the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 2. And in the formation of that wave C, that is when I'm expecting Polygon Matic to make its low for that higher Elliott wave count 2 before we see an impulsive movement to the upper side in the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 3 to the upper side. And at the moment, you can see we have been trying to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, and this was after breaking out of another chart pattern that we have over here on the 1 hour chart. You can see the formation of this ABC corrective movement. In the formation of the wave C, we had been trading within this channel, and we managed to break out of the channel, which is a descending channel, to the upper side of the channel. And after seeing the breakout, the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark has been giving us resistance, and that's why we are not seeing a breakout to the upper side. And getting back to the 4 hour chart so that it can give you the key scenarios that can play out over here, there's a first possibility of Polygon Matic not managing to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, and in case that plays out, then I will expect a nice retracement over here to get us fully into this target area. And for us to fully maximize the target area, we also need to lose the key area of support at around the $0.78 mark, and then continue pushing higher and make our low below the low for this wave A at around the $0.77 mark. Once that plays out, then we can have some confidence that the low for that second wave might be in, and we can start sketching out a nice movement to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3. There is also a possibility that in case Polygon Matic sees an increase in volume, and also we have a bullish movement in the whole crypto market, there's a possibility of Polygon Matic managing to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, and maybe make a new high over here that is below the high for this wave B over here. And once that plays out, then I would expect to see another pullback to the lower side, lose the key area of support at around the $0.95 mark, and have a successful retest of the key area of support. By that time it will be support, and once that happens, then I would expect us to fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 2 in the formation of that wave C. And you can see from what we have over here, we have been trying to have a retest of this key area of support over here, but the retest has not yet been a success, because you can see this movement right here seems to be a retest. And once the retest is a success, there's a possibility of seeing a breakout to the lower side and fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 2. So those are the two possible scenarios that can play out here on the Polygon Matic chart. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the 4 hour RSI, we are trading at around the 47 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side. Also any movements to the lower side will still be supported. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD you can see we have printed a bullish cross, but we are losing the buying momentum here on the MACD, and soon we might see a bearish cross printed here on the MACD. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.